December 4th, 2024, 6:46 a.m., Midtown Manhattan. A man in a gray hoodie and a black mask stands on a sidewalk outside the Hilton Hotel. He's been waiting. A 50-year-old executive walks toward the hotel entrance. He's the CEO of UnitedHealthcare, the largest health insurance company in the United States. His name is Brian Thompson. He's about to attend his company's annual investor conference. The masked man walks up behind him, raises a 9mm pistol fitted with a 3D printed suppressor, and fires. Thompson collapses on the sidewalk. The shooter walks away, calm, unhurried, like he just mailed a letter. Within hours, the video is everywhere. Every news channel, every social media feed, every group chat in America. And then something happens that nobody expected. The internet didn't mourn the CEO. They cheered. The NYPD released the surveillance footage almost immediately. A grainy figure, gray hoodie, black mask, a backpack, moving through Manhattan like a ghost. But then, a mistake. Or maybe not a mistake. Before the shooting, the gunman had stopped at a hostel. He smiled at the front desk camera. Full face, no mask, clear as day. Like he wanted to be seen. Then, the bullets. Investigators recovered shell casings at the scene. Etched into them, 3 words: delay, deny, depose. If you've ever had a health insurance claim rejected, you already know what these words mean. They come from a phrase used to describe how insurance companies avoid paying claims. Delay, deny, defend. It was the title of a book about the industry's tactics. The shooter had turned his ammunition into a political statement. The manhunt went nationwide. The FBI got involved. Tips flooded in. For 5 days, America watched in real time as police searched for a phantom. December 9th, Altoona, Pennsylvania, a McDonald's, 280 miles west of Manhattan. A customer recognized the man sitting at a table, eating breakfast, called it in. Police arrived, found a 26-year-old man with a fake ID, a 3D printed ghost gun, a loaded magazine, a suppressor, and a handwritten notebook that the media would later call a manifesto. His name was Luigi Mangione, Ivy League graduate, came from one of the wealthiest families in Maryland, born May 6, 1998, the same year as Mr. Beast. A kid who had everything, and he threw it all away in 6 seconds on a Manhattan sidewalk. This is where the story stops making sense. Because Luigi Mangione was not what anyone expected. He grew up in Towson, Maryland. His family owned country clubs, nursing homes, real estate, old money, serious money. He went to the Gilman School, one of the most prestigious private schools in the country. He graduated as valedictorian, top of his class. Then he went to the University of Pennsylvania, Ivy League, and earned degrees in computer science and engineering. He was smart, like genuinely brilliant. Friends described him as kind, thoughtful. He volunteered, he mentored younger students, he ran a book club. Nothing about his profile screamed killer. Everything about it screamed the kid your parents wished you were. But then something changed. He suffered a severe back injury, chronic pain that wouldn't stop. He underwent spinal surgery. He tried to get help through the healthcare system, the same system run by companies like UnitedHealthcare. He started posting online about the failures of the American healthcare system, about denied claims, about people dying because insurance companies chose profit over patience. He went from being a quiet, privileged kid to someone consumed by a cause. He disappeared from his friends and family in the months before the shooting. stopped answering calls, dropped off social media. His mother filed a missing persons report. Nobody knew where he was. He was in New York, planning. Here's where this story turns into something nobody has ever seen before. Because what happened online after the shooting was unprecedented. People didn't just sympathize with Mangione, they celebrated him. Within days, he became the most talked about person on the planet. Fan art flooded TikTok. Free Luigi trended on every platform. People made edits of him set to music. They drew murals in Seattle. Someone put up a billboard in California. Street art popped up across the country. When he appeared in court on December 23rd, in a burgundy sweater, the internet went into meltdown. People thought it was designer. Maison Margiela started trending. It was actually a sweater from Nordstrom. It sold out in one day. When he showed up to a February court date in shackles and brown loafers, with bare ankles showing, Luigi Mangione ankles spiked 500% on Google. Luigi Mangione loafers spiked 1,400%. People were treating a murder suspect like a fashion icon. His supporters lined up at 3:30 in the morning to get seats at his hearings. Reporters noted his court appearances drew bigger crowds than the Trump trials. Inmates at his Pennsylvania prison were heard chanting, "Free Luigi," during a live news broadcast. A Chinese retailer called Shine got caught selling a product with an AI-generated image of Mangione modeling a shirt. The Simpsons referenced him. A Slovenian band named a song after him. He became a meme, a symbol, and a folk hero, all at the same time. And here's the thing nobody wanted to say out loud. The support wasn't coming from the fringes. It was coming from everywhere. In February 2025, Mangione released his first public statement from jail. He said the support had transcended political, racial, and even class divisions. He wasn't wrong. People who agreed on nothing else agreed on one thing. The healthcare system was broken. And for millions of Americans who had watched family members get denied coverage, who had been bankrupted by medical bills, who had buried someone because an algorithm decided the treatment wasn't necessary, Luigi Mangione said what they were thinking. He just said it with a bullet. The charges came fast and heavy. New York State hit him with 11 charges, including first-degree murder in furtherance of terrorism and criminal possession of a weapon. Federal prosecutors added 4 more, including stalking and murder through use of a firearm. Pennsylvania charged him with carrying an unlicensed weapon, forgery, and false identification. 3 separate cases, 3 different courts, 3 different jurisdictions, all fighting over who gets to try him first. The federal government initially sought the death penalty. Attorney General Pam Bondi called the shooting a premeditated, cold-blooded assassination that shocked America. It was the first capital case brought under the Trump administration's second term. But then, the charges started falling apart. September 2025. A New York State judge dismissed both terrorism-related murder charges. He ruled there was no evidence that Mangione intended to intimidate or coerce the public through his actions. The crowd outside the courthouse cheered. The legal experts weren't surprised. Multiple lawyers had already called the terrorism charges wildly overcharged. January 2026. A federal judge dismissed the 2 charges that carried the death penalty, ruling that stalking is not legally a crime of violence, and therefore couldn't be the basis for capital punishment. Just last week, federal prosecutors confirmed they would not appeal that ruling. The death penalty is officially off the table. Mangione still faces second-degree murder in New York and stalking charges federally. Both carry the possibility of life in prison. His state trial is set to begin June 8, 2026. Federal trial starts September 8th. At a recent hearing, Mangione spoke out. He told the judge, "It's the same trial twice. 1 + 1 is 2. Double jeopardy by any common sense definition." His defense team launched a website for legal updates because of the extraordinary volume of inquiries and outpouring of support. A legal defense fund was created. His lawyers said he's very much aware of the public support and plans on utilizing it to fight all 3 unprecedented cases. He pleaded not guilty to everything. Here's the part that keeps people up at night. Nobody is saying what Luigi Mangione did was right. Shooting someone in the back on a sidewalk is murder. Full stop. There's no universe where that's okay. But there's a reason millions of people couldn't bring themselves to condemn him. And that reason has nothing to do with Luigi Mangione and everything to do with what he was reacting to. UnitedHealthcare is the largest health insurance company in America. Its parent company, United Health Group, made over $22 billion in profit the year Brian Thompson was killed. $22 billion, while denying claims, while algorithms decided who lived and who didn't, while families went bankrupt trying to keep their parents alive. The American healthcare system spends more per person than any country on earth. And the outcomes? 37th in the world. Behind Costa Rica, behind Morocco. People watched a CEO get shot, and their first thought wasn't horror. It was, they've been killing us for years. Where was the outrage then? That reaction, that millions of people had that reaction, is the real story. Not the bullet, not the courtroom, not the loafers. The story is that a system pushed people so far that when someone pushed back in the worst possible way, half the country understood why. That's not a Luigi Mangione problem, that's an American problem. Luigi Mangione sits in a federal detention center tonight. He's 27 years old. He had everything: money, education, family, a future most people would kill for. He threw it all away for a cause he believed was worth more than his freedom. Whether that makes him a hero or a monster depends on who you ask. The law has its answer. The internet has a different one. And neither side is listening to the other. His trial starts in June. The world will be watching. And somewhere tonight, somebody in America is opening a letter from their insurance company, reading the word denied, and wondering how much longer this system can hold. One man decided it couldn't. You're watching No Poly Shorts. Subscribe if this hit different. Drop a comment, hero or monster. I want to hear what you think. Next story drops soon. You're not ready.